All right, y'all. We are taking your calls and answering your questions about life, business, and everything in between. Let's go to Huntsville, Alabama with Carolyn. Hey, Carolyn, how are you?
I'm good. How are you today, Christy?
Great. What's going on?
I had a question. So I am a interior designer, and I own my business. Currently, it's just me. We are expecting baby number 3. And I was just wondering, how do I need to prepare my business for a maternity leave, and how do I approach this with clients?
Yeah. Okay. That's a great question. Well, first of all, congratulations. That's awesome. You're a pro by now with number 3, right? You've done this before. How long have you had your business?
So I opened my doors. It'll be 5 years next month.
Cool. Okay. Well, walk me through what you did the first 2 times, just because I want to build on this because you've done this before. So that's the great part. This is not some scary thing that you've never done. How did you do it before?
So the first 2 times I was not very busy.
Okay.
Right now I am at the busiest I've ever been. I raised my prices thanks to you.
Great. I love hearing that. Yes, I love it.
And I am at the point where I'm taking so many projects on that I have hit the point where I'm about to need to hire someone. So it's kind of it's a little bit new because before I had just wrapped a project when I had my second one.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any in the pipeline.
Yeah.
This time I've got some projects that will be about to install. I'll have some that I'm mid-project on, and hopefully I'll be taking on new ones.
Gotcha. Okay. So in your business, there's a couple different ways that you can do it. Let me ask you this. If you were not going on maternity leave, would you still be wanting to hire?
Yes.
Okay. That's huge. When you hire, what specifically are you hiring for? Do you want basically someone that can do all the things that you can do, or you want someone like, for example, that just does the installs and you do all the design, the consults, that type of thing?
Right now, we're looking at bringing on someone who does more of the administrative aspects versus another designer. But I'm still toying with which of the 2 is the greater need.
Yeah. You mean between a designer and an admin?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I will tell you, let's look at a couple options, okay? When I have gone on maternity leave for my 3 kids, in the nature of what I do, now I work for a company, and this company has a maternity leave benefit. But because of the nature of what I do, I really can't. Like you, I can't just go dark for 3 months. I can't just disappear and drop everything. So what I have to do, and this is bad news, good news, what I have to do, and an option for you, is I work my tail off leading up to it. So I record 3 months of podcasts in advance before I go out, which means I'm doubling up on podcast recording in the months leading up to maternity leave. Social media posts, I write double the amount of social media posts. Now, I usually spread this over 6 months leading up to it, so I'm not, it's not truly double. But it's about, 50% more work leading up to maternity leave so those things can continue to go out and air and so on while I'm out. Now, that's how I do it. So there's a piece of this that you can get your consults, get your clients, your designs, do some of this ahead of time. So that you're not completely going dark during that time. The thing that I'm curious about was, what would it look like to have someone where you maybe do the designs before you go out, but then someone else does like the installs while you're out. So the relationship is still happening, the process is still progressing, but you're not actually doing the installs, which you don't need to be doing, but the client is still getting served. My concern is for you to hire an interior designer. Your first hire is the scariest, especially with what you do with design, which can be so artistic, so subjective, so like you're so specific about what you like and what you do. I would just hate for you to rush it because you're going on maternity leave, and then this is a person that's not a good fit for you and damages your brand or damages your reputation. You know what I'm saying? So I think the good news is, your clients are humans, just like you. So you can communicate to them, hey, I'm having a baby. I'm going on maternity leave. if you want these things done, I can do it in this time frame before, or it's going to be after this date. Just like the girl that does my hair highlights. When she had a baby, she's like, hey, I'm out these 3 months, so I can get you in before, I can get you after. So they can work around that if you want to truly be off and you can do some extra work ahead of time. I do think it's a great idea to go ahead and hire an admin, though, because that's someone that will help you keep things going without damaging your brand. Meaning, like the designer, I just want you to really have the right person. Does that make sense?
It does.
So here's what I would do if I were you. I would write out a job description for this admin. Here we call it a key results area. Basically, you're going to write out, what is this person going to do for you? What is she going to take off your plate, or he going to take off your plate? What results are they going to get in your business? And even more specifically, how is this person being on your team going to ROI, bring you a return on the investment of what you're paying them, where they're actually making you more money than they're costing them? May not be making you direct money because they're not in sales or they're not getting new business. But if they free you up for 20 hours a week and then you go get new business for 20 hours a week, then they have brought in more business. Does that make sense?
It does.
So the biggest trap small business owners fall into when they hire their first person, or 100th for that matter, is they just don't have a plan for that person. So I just want you to have a plan. When are you due, by the way?
I am due on St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, congratulations. Well, you've got some time. You've got some time to figure this out, Carolyn. So this would be a great exercise for you. I know it's going to take carving out the time, especially when you're busy. But put together a job description. What specific things are they going to take off your plate that's going to free you up to do what? And then I would just encourage you to, let's say that's going to be step one. I'm going to give you some tactical homework here. 1, write out your job description. 2, I want you to figure out what your communication with your customers is going to be, your clients. Maybe it's just an email draft and you personalize it and say, hey, I'm so excited. I'm going to be out from this time to this time. I want to get you taken care of before then. And then any new clients that come in, if you can fit them in before you're out, go ahead and block them on your time frame like you would. And if not, they go on a waiting list to get served when you're back to work.
Okay.
The only other caveat to this is if there is some part of the business, like I said, like an install that someone else can do and you don't worry about them damaging the brand or whatever, then that would be something I would look into as a seasonal temp. So you would just ask around, hey, here's the skills, here's the work, and here's the time frame I need you to do it. That would be a way for you to continue taking new business up until pretty close to when you're out, because you're doing the designing piece of it, but then that process could continue while you're out. That would be one thing I might look into. You don't have to do it. It just would help you continue to keep up with the workflow while you're out. But great job. Great job on raising your prices. Great job on recognizing that you need help and being willing to invest in your business and yourself by hiring help. Great job building this business. And congratulations on your new baby. That is so, so, so exciting. But keep me updated, Carolyn. Let me know. Let me know how it goes and report back on if you get that hire in. I know that's always a scary process, but it was one of those things that afterwards you're like, oh, why didn't I do that sooner? That was a huge help. So thanks for calling, Carolyn. I wish you all the best.